Hey Sainers, welcome back to the Saints TV YouTube channel. Now, obviously the last 24 hours has been a lot of there's been a lot of energy spent on the elimination final yesterday. A lot of content around that. Obviously the reaction, the build up, but then the reaction. Obviously the disappointment that we didn't get the job done and we went down by 24 points. But just before the game. The first bounce of the game, there was some breaking news that was announced, some good breaking news, and yeah, I decided to do a video on it today, obviously the aftermath of the game, and now this is kind of something that I guess we can all look forward to, but it's that in-demand Dockers midfielder, Liam Henry, has officially nominated St Kilda as his preferred destination for season 2024, which is really exciting. So from reports, he met with St Kilda and he also met with Hawthorn. And those were the two main clubs that were the front runners to, I guess, get his nomination, hopefully get his services. And he's chosen St Kilda, which is really, really exciting. So he's played, I think, the 43 games, still at the perfect age bracket for us, 22 years old. And funnily enough, the way the game unfolded yesterday, particularly our small forwards and sort of high half forwards and what they brought to the table, maybe what they didn't bring to the table. You look at someone like Liam Henry, and I think he's averaged around 20 disposals this year, which isn't bad. Fremantle struggled a little bit, and I think he played the 16 games. So, he's been basically a player for them all season. Brings a bit of pace, uses the ball well. I think he's kicked the 16 goals in 43 games. So not really a known goal kicker, but obviously that can evolve depending on how we want to play it. But I think we needed a bit more pace in the game yesterday. We looked really, really slow at times. I think our smalls, Butler's pretty quick when he roves. Jack Higgins, probably not. I think we needed a bit more sort of speed on the outside, and as much as Brad Hill battled really hard yesterday, I thought Ronnie Burns was probably another player that we should have played. He brings that speed, and the Giants just really capitalised on that, and I think having someone like Liam Henry in the lineup really does help us a lot, and look, we might lose Jade Gresham. I mean, it's looking likely, but he played all right yesterday. That's still up in the air. There's a contract towards him from us. Obviously, it's up to him whether he wants to lock that down, take on the challenge that, this is the money we're going to pay you. And obviously, there's going to be offers from other clubs that probably are going to be a bit more than that. Whether he wants to go down the money road or he wants to stick fat with Ross Lyon and really challenge himself and then hopefully earn that bigger contract down the line. That's up to him. But if we lose Gresh, we potentially gain Henry. I don't know what we would get for Gresh, but I think Henry, we'd have to trade sort of a first, second rounder. I'm not too sure, but I know that the trade window does open in October, so not too far away. So I think you'd see us play that pretty quickly, get that sorted really quickly. But I think it's really exciting. I think it's a player that suits our system. I think it's a player that will make our forward half better. And he's mobile, so he goes on the wing. He plays half forward. I think that's perfect. I think that adds a bit more flexibility. And Ross Lyon loves teams where players can kind of shift around that multiple position. And it's worked a lot this year because we've had injuries. So when you have a versatile list and you have injuries, it's great because you can kind of throw Cordy forward, throw Cordy back. You can play around with it a little bit. And I think it just, justifies that we've had a good season, although it didn't end well yesterday. We've had a good season overall. We've exceeded expectations. We're really setting the foundations for, say, players like Henry to look at us and go, yeah, they look like they got their shit sorted. I want to go there, And I don't think we'll have to pay overs to get him. I think 3 or 4 years ago with Brad Hill, we had to pay overs because we weren't really a destination club. We still had a lot of shit that needed to be fixed. But with someone like Liam Henry, hopefully we can get it done pretty smoothly, not really pay too much, in terms of salary, and get a pretty good player that's got, I think, a high ceiling. 22 years old, like I said, nowhere near his peak. Fits the demographic that we're going for. Max King's 22, for instance. So he fits that mold really well. And I look at, what Collingwood did. They got Bobby Hill in. Very dynamic, very quick, good for a goal. They've utilised him on that high half forward, on that wing. Uses the ball really, really well. And he You know, last year they were quick, but this just adds a bit more outside polish to their line. It makes them even more complete. And I'm hoping that maybe down the line, Henry can be a very similar player for us. And that just means Nasaya, Hill, and Sinclair really can own the wings and half back. And then we've got someone of that same caliber, you know, going forward, which is, I think, really exciting and just makes us a better team. So any player that nominates us that makes us a better team, I'm like, bring it on. Let's bring him on board. So I want to hear your thoughts, Saners. Are you happy with Fremantle wingman Liam Henry nominating St Kilda? I'd be amazed if there's a lot of Saners out there that aren't too happy with that. I think that it's really exciting. I think that's a good start. You know, basically before our season even ends, we're getting a player nominating us, which is pretty cool. And lately Hawthorn have had a lot of players nominate them, so it's good that we've and they've had a good season in their own right. So it's good to see that he's elected to nominate St Kilda. Now it's just up to us when the trade window opens in October to get the job done. But I think he fits a need. I think we need, obviously, midfield, inside midfield. You know, guns in there is obviously the focus after yesterday and the way the Giants exploited us. But they still made us look really slow on the outside. We move the ball fast when we play our way. But in terms of just general leg speed, we are still quite slow, I think. So having someone like Liam Henry come on board, I think is really exciting. So I'll leave it there, saying as a very quick video just announcing the news that Liam Henry, Fremantle wingman, of 22 years old, 43 games, pretty exciting prospect, has nominated us. And now we need to get the job done and get him across the line in October when the trade window opens. So comment your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Obviously, let me know, what other players out there might, be a player that you would want at St Kilda, or maybe the type of player. Obviously, midfield's going to be a focus, but any other thoughts, comment them below and let's create a discussion. So I'll leave it there, Saners. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And as always, go you mighty Saners. See you guys.